Break the board sports. It's NFL teaser talk. Click that like, hit subscribe. We had a great week in NFL teasers. We've actually put together 4 great weeks in a row giving out our NFL teaser bets. Also, check out our college football content. Big day in college football. Got a ton of games. Like we had that big 4-unit play Thursday night, Texas San Antonio with the outright win. Let's hop into it. So just a quick synopsis. We do 6-point, 7-point, and 10-point teasers. Depending on where the line is, I love 7-point teasers rather than 6-point. I know you pay about an extra 10, 15 cents juice, but the reality is I want the extra point, block kicks, all that stuff comes into play. So let's hop right into it. When you look at teaser legs, some of the ones that I'm really interested in this weekend, the first one is the Atlanta Falcons, right? So I know Michael Penix is out, but Kirk Cousins, he can really, he can fill that void. He knows how to play the quarterback position. And the Atlanta Falcons got weapons. I understand New England's been playing very good, but again, you can't go off what happened last week. You got to go off, okay, can this team keep up? Now, Atlanta is 0-7 ATS their last 7 meetings with the New England Patriots, and they're 4-10-1 ATS. But again, we're not talking about them trying to cover the spread straight up. We're talking about, for them, you would put Atlanta in a 6-point teaser, put you plus 10.5. But where I really love Atlanta and what I really love are these 3-team 10-point teasers. And then it's minus $1.30. So if we do that, you take the Atlanta Falcons plus 14.5, gives you a great value on them. So that's going to be the first leg of our 10-point teasers, the Atlanta Falcons. I could see taking them in a 6, like I said, plus 10.5. I think they can stay within the 10.5 number. So Falcons plus 10.5, and then the 10-point teaser plus 14.5. Moving on to the next one, and this is one of my favorite ones of the week. I put them in a 7-point teaser, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, look, I know what you're going to say, but the reality is, out of nowhere, the Packers started just run the ball down their throat. Jordan Love got hot there in the third quarter, had like the 20 straight completions and all that good stuff. But before that point, Pittsburgh was moving the ball. Pittsburgh's offense hasn't been the problem. It's been their defense. And though I understand what people are saying about the Colts, if you look at their schedule, they still haven't played a ton of people. They are 8-1 straight up their last 9, and they're 7-2 ATS in that, and I get that. However, against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Pittsburgh is 6-3 ATS the last 9 meetings with the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are now going outside where it's a little cooler. We're in the fall time. If you put Pittsburgh in a 7-point teaser plus 10.5, I think that's extremely great value. A good team to put them with, the Detroit Lions coming off the bye. You can have the Lions minus 1.5 with the Steelers plus 10.5. I booked that earlier this week. Feel good about it. So when you look at that, the Lions, again, they're coming off that bye, and Dan Campbell off a bye has been absolutely, dare I say, in fuego. He's been awesome off the bye. Detroit, 5-1, both straight up in ATS their last 6. And here's the thing. Against the Minnesota Vikings, the Detroit Lions are on a 9-0 against the spread run. And Detroit at home, so tough there in the Motor City. 14-3 straight up there. So give me the Lions at minus 1.5 with the Steelers plus 10.5. That's the 7-point teaser I'm going to roll with. I also want to look at, remember we talked about the Falcons in that 3-team 10-pointer plus 14.5. I want to put the San Francisco 49ers with it. Now, I usually don't like to flip a line that much, but San Francisco is setting at minus 2.5 right now. You flip that around, you'll have San Francisco plus 7.5. Even if the Giants make this a contest, they're not winning by more than 7. But the Giants are 3-17 straight up their last 20 and 6-14 ATS. So if you're telling me I'm getting plus 7.5 with the 49ers at the Giants, I feel pretty good about it. Also, San Francisco, not only 4-2 straight up the last 6 with the Giants, they're 5-1 against the spread in that situation against the Giants there. I love that matchup. So our 10-point teaser, we've got the Falcons plus 14.5 with San Francisco plus 7.5. We're looking for one more leg in that. And then the 7-point teaser, we got the Steelers plus 10.5 with the Detroit Lions minus 1.5. Click that like, hit subscribe. Moving on. Another team, I got them holding over from the Ravens teaser on Thursday night, the Broncos plus 8.5. Now, I will say this. I feel like Houston wins this game. Don't tell me why I feel that way. It's just a gut thing. I feel like they're going to win the game. But when you look at Denver getting 8.5 in a 7-point teaser, or 10 or they're getting 11.5 in a 10-point teaser, I think either one of those you have to feel really, really good about. Listen, Denver has a great defense. Now, Surtain may be out, but when you look at this, Houston's offense doesn't scare you. They don't have the ability to run the football. Denver 4-2 straight up its last 6 games against Houston, but Denver 4-8 ATS. They haven't been very good covering the spread. Houston, however, very good at covering the spread against AFC foes. They're 5-1 right now. The money is split 50-50. Give me the Broncos plus 8.5. You can put them over there with the Steelers plus 10.5, the Lions minus 1.5 for options for your 7-point teasers. And then another team I want to look at is the LA Chargers. Listen, they're minus 9.5. I think putting them in a 10-point teaser, they go to Tennessee. I feel comfortable about them winning that game at Tennessee, right? So if you have the Chargers at pick with the Falcons plus 14.5 and the 49ers plus 7.5, you got to feel good about it. Chargers 8-4 straight up their last 12 games, and 10-3-2 ATS the last 15 times they faced the Tennessee Titans. Titans, they're just a mess. 1-6 ATS their last 7, 1-13 straight up their last 14. So that 3-team 10-point teaser minus $1.30. Give me the Chargers pick. Give me the Falcons plus 14.5. Give me the San Francisco 49ers plus 7.5 to peel that off. Another team I think is a great option for a 7-point teaser. Let's go to Jacksonville at the Raiders. Now listen, right now, just straight up on the 3.5, Jacksonville's getting 81% of bets, 72% of the money. Both teams coming off the bye. Everybody's all over Jacksonville. I would say with the Raiders only getting 19% of bets and 28% of the money, again, I always say this, books are going to need the Raiders, except for the books, a couple of the hot spots there in Vegas, like Mandalay Bay and all that are Vegas homers. Jacksonville, straight up 2-12, their last 14 on the road, and 2-4 straight up their last 6 games versus the Raiders. Now, the Raiders, they're no bargain, 1-5 straight up their last 6, 1-5 ATS. But if you're telling me I can get the Raiders in a 7-point teaser plus 10.5, I can't argue that. I think that's a great way to go with it. I wouldn't bring the Jaguars across the other side of the line. I don't trust the Jaguars yet. I know they've looked decent, but I just can't get behind them as of right now. Another team that I absolutely love in a 10-point teaser, flip the line around. They're minus 1.5 right now, but give me the Chiefs plus 8.5. Listen, Chiefs are my biggest bet of the week money line in the NFL. I love them. I know Buffalo has owned them in the regular season, but we may be watching the best Chiefs team they've ever had offensively, and they still got the 3rd-ranked defense in the National Football League. I think you can handle this one of 2 ways. You can 6-point Buffalo to plus 7.5, but that scares me because I think Kansas City could win this game by 10. I like the Chiefs plus 8.5 in the 10-point teaser, and I like the Bills plus 11.5. But I really just kind of want to get away from the Bills. I know it always comes down to a possession. I just really like the Chiefs. But if you take the Bills plus 11.5, money's 50-50. I can see that. But I love the Chiefs plus 8.5 in that 10-point teaser. Monday Night Football. Cardinals are right now plus 2.5 and a 6-pointer. I like them plus 8 or plus 8.5. Listen, Dallas isn't going to blow them out. Arizona coming off the bye. We've seen this year in the NFL when teams are coming off this bye, they're playing much better football. Arizona, the Kyler Murray effect. Listen, we know how bad Dallas's defense is. It's absolutely atrocious. Arizona, 7-1 ATS their last 8 games versus Dallas, and 12-6 against the spread their last 18 games overall. Give me the Cardinals in the 6-point teaser plus 8.5. I'll roll with that. Last team I want to talk about here in the teaser leg this week. I love the Carolina Panthers, folks. Listen, put them in a 10-point teaser. You're getting 23. 23. They're 4-1 ATS their last 5 games versus Green Bay. They're 7-2 ATS over their last 9. 23 points in the NFL, whether Bryce Young is back or not, is a ton of points. Carolina can stay within this number. So let's roll down through it and talk about best teaser legs. San Francisco 49ers, plus 8.5 in a 10-point teaser. Atlanta Falcons, plus 14.5 in a 10-point teaser. Pittsburgh Steelers plus 10.5 in a 7-point teaser. Carolina Panthers plus 23 in a 10-point teaser, or plus 19, whatever it is, in a 7-point teaser. Lions minus 1.5 in a 7-point teaser. Broncos plus 8.5 in a 7-point teaser, or plus 11.5 in a 10-point teaser. LA Chargers 7 or 10-point teaser puts them at a pick. The Raiders 7-point teaser plus 10.5. Chiefs plus 8.5 in a 10-point teaser, or Bills plus 11.5. I could go either way with you. Cardinals plus 8.5 in a 6-point teaser. And one that I left out, I'd put them in a 10-point teaser. Heck, I'd probably put them in a 7-point teaser. Get the Rams down to -4 in a 10-point, or get them down to 7 in a 7-point. I'll give you my best 2 7-point and 10-point teasers. My favorite 10-point teaser is take the San Francisco 49ers plus 7.5, take the Kansas City Chiefs plus 8.5, and take the LA Chargers pick. That's my favorite 10-point teaser of the week. Book it. 7-point teaser, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 10.5, and give me the Vegas Raiders plus 10.5. That's my favorite 7-point teaser. Click that like, hit subscribe. Break the Board Sports, where we give you trends and information to help you become a better handicapper. God bless and happy handicapping.